It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, should the federal bill get passed that would restrict federal funds from going to schools that allow males to compete against females in schools? Whew. Man, check this one out. My girl, Tulsi Gabbard. Mm-hmm. How you doing? She introduces this bill to protect women's sports based on biological sex. And now this Democrat is getting bashed by the far left. So Representative Tulsi Gabbard, she's out of Hawaii. And another representative, Republican out of Oklahoma, okay? Representative Mullen. They've introduced a bill to Congress that would protect women's sports based on participants' biological sex. According to these reports there, the Protect Women's Sports Act, the PWSA. You can't make it an acronym? Come on. Everyone loves a good acronym. Well, it seeks to clarify the Title IX protections for female athletes are based on biological sex. Oh, you're going to make some people triggered on this one, Tulsi.
I'm already triggered.
Oh, my God. Title IX protects individuals from discrimination based on sex in educational programs or activities that receive federal funding. So Title IX was a historic provision that was championed by Hawaii's own Congresswoman Patty Mink in order to provide equal opportunity for women and girls in high school and college sports. So it led to all right. So, if you have a school that, like what we saw in Connecticut, okay? Remember the story?
Yeah.
Here.
The track and field?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about that one?
Uh-huh.
And you saw the look in the girl's face after the races?
Connecticut, transgender. Oh, I don't even have to type in the word. I type in T and friggin' it comes up. Okay. Transgender track. Take a look. So, talking about stuff like this. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see, we're gonna piss off with this one. So, in this, okay, which is this race, I believe, is in Connecticut, and this was going for the state tournament, and there are two biological males competing in the female race here. Can you guess who finished first and second?
Next horseshoe here is the sound of the fastest sprinters in the state going at it. Terry Miller of Buckley already set a state record today, and she is going to rattle them. Wait, please.
Look at their faces. They're pissed. So, here's the other one. Now, bear in mind, their records, their scores, their top scores in the state didn't even finish in the top 100 for the males. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm not trying to belittle or anything. I'm just giving straight facts here.
In the middle of the track, Terry Miller of Buckley. She is in lane 7. And Miller in lane 6 pulling away.
So, if this bill goes to Congress, gets passed in Congress, I don't think it will, and then goes to Senate, passes Senate, I don't even think it'll reach Senate. We'll go to the president's desk, and they'll sign off, whoever they are. Just go to stay tuned. But, what?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay, so it's Friday. It's Friday.
Friday.
So, boom. Now that school, oh, what a terrible place to stop the footage. But that school that has this track team, they would no longer get federal funding, according to this bill. Should it pass, yay or nay? Adam Joseph, you're up first.
Oh man, put the pressure on me, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So from my experience as a coach.
Oh, damn it. I didn't even show the video. I forgot to press the button. Sorry out there that you didn't see the video. Sorry. But you heard some good audio.
Yeah, no. As a coach, you know, over and over, we have to, you know, we read up on these rules and regulations as coaches, like, you know, and we're told about Title IX over and over every season.
Every
Every
season.
season when it's a new season, be like, hey, make sure you read these. Also, you know, make sure Title IX. This is what, you know, we're punching in your head that, you know, boys sports, girls sports. But there are times when we've had girls compete in guy sports. But never in my career have I had a guy go, you know what, I want to try that girl sport.
Yeah, notice in the verbiage of this bill, it never mentions girls going into guy sports. Because that's not an issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in wrestling in high school, we had a girl on our team.
Yeah.
Okay? And she did fine. I mean, she'd never beat me, but, you know, it's... That one time, though, but I slipped, okay? I slipped, I swear, okay?
There's water on the ground. I'm sorry.
My Asics were untied.
Asics.
But nonetheless, yes, this bill does focus on specifically guys, biological men, going into female sports.
And that's it. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to take this bill at all.
What do you say? What do you say, VIP Bethany?
Well, I feel like I have an unpopular opinion.
I can't wait to hear it.
I think that, I mean, I played youth sports growing up. I played collegiate softball. I did the whole thing. And I just think that sports are overrated, period.
Okay.
I think that they shouldn't be
Amen.
legislated federally. I think that it's just a way to divide people, to spark conversation, to get on each other's sides. Like, I think that there are more important issues than youth sports.
Well, here's the thing.
Like the
I don't thi- Oh
education system.
Thank you.
I'm like you.
There we go.
and I'm going to agree with you on this
Joe.
because I'm a woman's activist. I am. And so these two girls, the one's born a guy. Now, that one right there doesn't get her scholarship to go to college. That one right there doesn't get her scholarship to go to college.
Off of one race?
Oh, state finals?
It's the finals.
Absolutely.
Nuh-uh.
Absolutely.
No, she sued. That's the
Yeah,
reason she sued is
that-
because she didn't get her. You know.
Well, then she should have been smarter and paid attention to her grades and gotten an academic scholarship.
That's your
there you
argument.
go. That's right.
Yeah.
Now that's what college is for.
Yeah.
It's school.
But the thing is about sports, you got to have a good grades to play.
You're a student athlete.
You know what I'm
Student comes first before the athlete part.
I get that.
Right.
I was
So-
that.
Right.
But, I
You
mean,
know.
get an academic scholarship, girl. Go to another school. There are a bunch of them.
Now, you're fair to your entitled opinion, but I hardly disagree because there's so many athletes out there, okay, that do get the scholarship. I'm talking about the guys now too. Dumb as rocks. All right,
I talked to a guy the other day.
just stupid, but they get the full
he
ride.
could not
Yeah.
put together a reasonable sentence. It was like I was like, and then he starts talking about he's trying to decide if he's going to go to this college or this college or this college or this college. I'm like, dude, you're getting so many colleges. And then I realized,
Wow.
he's good at ball.
Yeah.
Good at ball.
He's a good ball player. He's a really good ball player. They
Right.
want him all over the place. And
Yeah.
yeah, it can give you a leg up.
But that's the thing. I used to tell my kids this all the time. Be like, listen, you're a great athlete. You could be a great student. Because let's say in your career, you want to go pro in something. Let's say, and I've seen it with a few football players that I've seen, like pro football players I've read that say, you know, when they left, they go back to school to finish their degree. You know, I used to tell my kids this all the time. Like, you could be a star athlete, but your schoolwork is what's going to get you a career. If your sports career does not go the way you want, you got to look
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
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 Uh,
Because an
Because
injury could happen.
Injury can happen.
Yep, absolutely.
You won't reach your dream. That you got to have something as a backup.
always with studies, no doubt about it. You got to be smart. You got to be book smart. You got to be street smart. You got to be physically fit to fight. I get that. You combine it all. But again, is that fair that this person who has stronger muscles by genetics? This is biology. We're not. I mean, bone structure. Take why the UFC stopped that right away. They said no, we can't have this. Well, then they had it, and then
That one
it
pop.
got crazy, right? Yeah, it's science. I mean, it's funny. The ones who always argue for science, when it comes to this,
They don't want to speak.
they
up.
don't want to talk about science. And that's my frustration with it. That's all.
I used to think, like Bethany, sports are silly, put too much emphasis on it and stuff. And then I did think, I tried lately to think about, not everybody has to fit in the same box, right? We really value people, we put a lot of emphasis on things like education, intelligence, being book smart, being able to take tests well and stuff. What if there is a guy who's just naturally not very good at taking tests, reading books, things like that? But he's a fantastic ball player. You know what? He ought to excel. I want to live in a world where he can reach his full potential and do the things that he's good at and get paid to do it and enjoy doing it. We're not going to make a guy like that sit and try to read, law books or something like that if he's no good at it and doesn't want to do that.
Right.
So, I agree. I can't. Obviously, I've never been into sports or anything. I don't know what it's like to run a race as a teenage girl, hoping to be the next track star or something like that. But for those that are into it, I'd like to see them have a good shot at it.
Man. I know. I hear you. The comments you're making, Joe, are very transphobic. I hear that all the time, but I don't agree with that. It has nothing to do, because I don't care. You do what you got to do. You're born this way. You want to say, hey, I'm this today. I'll even call you your name that you want to be called. I don't care. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to it,
your body type is
right. There's chromosomes.
Yes,
and that's what it really comes down to. And when it comes down to competitions, such as physical competitions, now we're entering a conversation that needs to be had, and that's what Tulsi Gabbard and the representative out of Oklahoma is trying to help those students that we just saw with the look of, now I'm not going to college on my face.
But I mean, if you want to talk science, you have to acknowledge that some people are intersex. They're born with both, except one is more prevalent than the other from the outside. But there are people who don't fit in the black and white boxes that we've created. And so wherever you fall on the spectrum, if you want to talk about science, I think that you need to acknowledge that there's a lot of gray area.
So what's your solution then? What do you think should happen? Those two male-born athletes who started the estrogen and all the pills and everything to transition, who are now on were on that Connecticut track team, what should have been the answer to solve everyone's gripe or everyone's lack of gripe?
Well, to disclose my bias, I am fully LGBTQIA+ supportive.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. You do you. Even if you can. I've tried. Go on.
I don't know. I wasn't in the situation. Maybe when I was still into sports and cared about it, I would have a better explanation. But I don't, because I think it's all a little dumb. And I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that, because I think that there are creative solutions that need to be taken rather than black and white boxes that need to be set.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's a safe way to say it. But there still needs to be an answer. Do you know what I mean?
But I don't think that I'm the best qualified person to give that answer.
So what do? Do you ignore the situation? No, you don't ignore it. You address it. You bring it up. You have the conversation.
You got to.
And that's what we're having here.
Everybody trying to sweep stuff under the rug.
Making laws is hard.
You gotta have.
I think the best solution is get rid of Title IX entirely. Stop all federal funding to school sports programs to begin with, and spend the money on something better.
South Park has a great episode about this. Alex brings that up. Alex, I got to check that out. South Park has a great episode about everything.
Well, yeah, they do. I like the COVID. The
God.
The special.
Mine was the Black Friday episode where they made it look like Game of Thrones.
That
was one of the best ones I've ever seen.
I love that one.
Just the guy that takes it off the eye and gives it to Randy. It's just like, here, you're the mall guy now. He's like, you're mall security now.
Or George R. Martin with his obsession with you-know-whats.
Oh, yeah.
That may be true, but horses have one thing that makes it better than any other transportation vehicle. What's that? Butters looks down.
Oh. Really, Joe?
Yeah. Here's one of the most
You're
genius.
you're going to get struck.
You are going to get hit. This is... Anybody's watching. It's been great talking to y'all.
Wait, what?
Good show, everybody.
This might be
Great.
Oh, this is not what I think it is.
No. No.
This might be
Joe, based on what the lawyer is
Post it-
saying,
Post
you
a
may
link in the
want
comments
to
later. Let
yes.
people watch it on their own time.
Yes.
Listen to
Okay.
lawyer Wayne, Joe.
What if your mom's watching?
There's this episode on South
text
Park, but it's so brilliant.
The most annoying people.
Yeah, people who annoy you. This is so genius what they did here.
Yeah.
Because it brought awareness to something, and at the same time, it got you thinking. Like,
Oh my God, Joe.
Full screen it. Full screen it.
I hope you stop it
South
right at the
Park.
point.
No,
South Park is
continue.
canceled.
all right,
Continue. Full screen
Hold
it.
on.
I've never seen this. And I
Matt
would
and
like
Trey
everybody
are going
watching
to email
know
you and be
this.
like, "How dare you, sir?"
All right,
30 years from now, no streaming service is going to
None.
carry South Park. You're going to have to get it from some illegal downloading site.
I just posted it in the.
Matt and Trey would
LimeWire.
love it.
I just posted it in the live feed on the Facebook.
Good.
channel. Okay.
South Park has
posted the
gone
link.
from controversial because the conservative and religious right thought it was terrible that little kids would say bad words and do violent things on
But-
TV. And they are going to transition into the woke left will not allow it because they make jokes
About the woke left.
stuff.
Yeah.
They make jokes about everything.
Everything.
That's
They,
why
they
I
are going
like
to
'em.
they're going to put themselves in a
No one
corner
is safe
where
on
no
that show
one
at
will
all.
like
No
that
group
show.
of people are safe
That's
on
why
that
I
show.
like them.
I love it that the black kid is called Token.
Butters,
love it.
come on, Butters is the
Butters.
best.
Now you remember
Randy
the
Marsh is the best.
Oh, he definitely is.
now you remember the fish sticks episode
Oh,
and
Kanye
Kanye West.
Yes.
I still like the Keurig.
I like fish sticks.
He's the biggest Keurig. He's still the biggest.
No, I love
Do you
how
like fish sticks in your
Bono.
mouth?
And it's Bono.
Yeah, I love fish sticks in my mouth. Kanye West loves fish sticks. Right. Fish sticks.
Oh my God.
I know. Hey, listen, fish
no,
sticks.
the episode.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.